All right, it's good to be back, is it?
It is.
Yes.
It is, yes.
All right, so we're gonna have a little fireside chat sans fire with flowers. Tell us a little bit about those foundational experiences that really shaped who you are.
Yes, I would say that in the past couple years, and this might resonate with a couple people in here, COVID really made me ask myself, are you who you want to be? Are you doing what you want with your life? And if the world ended, are you satisfied with it ending now? And that was a hard question to answer for me. I found myself in a relationship with a man who was great, but with a life where I had stifled myself a lot. And I had been chasing becoming somebody else's dream girl, which I think a lot of women do specifically. I have a song that I'll sing a little bit later that kind of tells the story of that. That was the initial launching point of my journey of discovering what it means as a woman to be my own dream girl, not fulfilling somebody's fantasies or fulfilling somebody else's needs. And I'm just grateful to be where I am today because I feel like I made the hard choice to leave the relationship that wasn't necessarily bad for me, but it was not, in the end, what I knew I was put on this earth to do. And so I didn't even really know what that was. I knew that I wanted to be a musician, but I always felt that there was something deeper there. I hadn't discovered the answer yet, but I knew that if I signed up for this life with this man who would want something that I knew was different from what I wanted, unfortunately, that I would be settling in a way for me. And so I made the hard choice to walk away at the beginning of COVID and kind of launch myself into this whirlwind of self-discovery and hard questions and betting on myself that I would be able to discover what it is that was calling me. But I really had no idea what that was. And I spent the last 3 years kind of diving into what it means to be my own dream girl.
Important work, and sometimes it lasts forever. What's your experience? Like, you're a musician, and so that, as a profession, it's often a very male-dominated industry. So tell us a little bit of how you navigate this world.
Yes. So I've been a musician for about 10 years now. I mean, I was kind of born with it. I think a lot of creatives know very early on if they're going to be interested in that. And it was always in my blood. Every day I was singing. Every day I was interested in music. And so I've been pursuing that for about 10 years and learned very quickly that I was supposed to just be pretty and sing what they wanted me to sing about, talk about what I'm supposed to talk about, and be just whatever somebody wanted me to be. And if you want to get a record deal, you have to sign a 50, we've all thankfully that I think more and more are understanding kind of that those are traps, right? The music industry is very unfair to their artists with record labels. So I chose to stay independent, which I knew I was signing up for a little bit of a longer path because I would have to fight tooth and nail for what I wanted and what I believed in. But as I said previously, like, I felt like there was something deeper than me just being an artist. And I felt like me staying independent and choosing to be bold and have the audacity to stand up for what I believed in, which was I want to make music because it feels good. And I'm willing to sacrifice right now fame for long-term fulfillment. Because my art is something that heals me. I think that it has a story in the end. I think that it's something that will speak to people on a deep level, and I'm not willing to subscribe to the agenda that you're pushing. So I ended up in a lot of studios, and I moved to LA. I did the whole thing after my ex and I broke up. We were engaged, my ex-fiance. And I moved to LA, and I said, all right, let's do it. If there's purpose here, let me find it. And the universe delivered, but be careful what you ask for, because if you ask for a lesson, you will get it. And lessons are rarely painless. And the more painful they are, the more important they are. And I encourage you, anybody in the audience who might be going through some trials, some tests of their own will, some tests of their own faith in themselves, some tests of their faith in the universe, in God, and whatever you believe in, whatever's beyond yourself, that you are being put through what you're being put through because there's something better on the other side. And I also encourage everybody in this room to not be so focused on what you think you want and miss the gold just in your peripheral. That's something I did for a long time, where I chased one thing so hard that I was unwilling to see what was just outside of it. And for me, that was music production. I really have dove into that in the last couple years, which again was against the grain. It's not normal. It's abnormal. It raised a lot of eyebrows. People don't think it's appropriate, I think, for a lot of women to produce music. It's a very, very male-dominated space. It's 98% men who produce music, 2% female. And those statistics are changing every day because there are a lot of women empowerment movements. My company, Dreamgirl, is very proud to be one of them. I created the Dreamgirl Producer Bag along this journey that I've been on, and decided that I wanted to make music production more accessible for girls. Not even music production, but vocal production. You know, being able to feel like you can produce what it is that you're hearing in your head, because vocals and singing is one of the most therapeutic and physically healing things that you can do as a human. And I think a lot of people, and through my experience and my conversations with women, and honestly, TikTok is where this all blew up.
We knew it.
TikTok, can we get a hell yeah for TikTok? All right. But I posted about the Dreamgirl bag, a cheeky video, just kind of throwing it out there, you know, because a lot of guys, when I said I wanted to start the Dreamgirl Producer Bag, they were like, well, why would you market and why would you create a bag if only 2% of producers are women?
Wow.
And I'm like, well, don't you think that only 2% of them are producers because you're out here talking like that and making them feel stupid? Like, it's not a lack of want, it's a lack of accessibility. It's a lack of support. It's a lack of community. And, you know, one of my strengths has always been to connect people. It's one of my biggest passions in life. You know, I love people tell me what they do, and I'm like, all right, hold on to that. And then I find out you're like, this is what you're looking for? Great. You probably hear from me in 6 months. I'm gonna be like, hey, I remember that I told you that thing. And now I've connected, you know, that's one of my passions in life. So I posted something on TikTok that said the days of men holding women in locked rooms to force them, you know, or so that they can't learn how to produce their own music, and forcing them to pay to feel belittled, are over, because I'm creating a portable studio bag so that girls can create where they feel safe. And it just went viral. And the response was overwhelming, and also such an indicator of a serious problem in the industry, that there are not enough spaces for female artists to feel safe enough to speak up about how their own music is being made. Like, I have put out, I'm not here to, you know, belittle or talk crap about anything, but I have worked with some producers where it's like, I wrote the song. I was always a producer at heart, and so I wrote the song. I came to the studio with a vision and was told, that's stupid. That's not cool right now. Nobody's going to listen to that. You should let me do it because I know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, and pay me a bunch of money for me to belittle you and make you feel like your idea is stupid. And then also stunting, you know, after every studio session, in reinforcing the feeling that I'm not good enough to produce my own music that I'm hearing in my head. So,
yeah. So you made a bold move, and you're making music production accessible to women and girls. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And I think you've been busy writing new music as well in the past couple of years. So tell us about your latest song.
Thank you. Yes, I actually have realized that I've never written a song about the joy and pain of being a woman. So when I was asked to come back to Be Bold this year, I told Nikki that I would write a song about being a woman. And so I have written a completely new song that I'll be performing tonight. And I do have a song called Dreamgirl that I think I'll perform it sometime tonight as well, too.
Shall we hear it?
Yes.
Yes?
Let's do it.
All right. Round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You tell me I'm pretty, just to watch me get upset. You're the most romantic thing I've ever met. You tell me all your secrets, like you've never heard at all. People think we're crazy, we're addicted to the fall. Do you think I'm lovely? Tell me that you love me. Did you really mean it when you said I was your dream girl? Dream girl, dream girl. When you said I was your dream girl, dream girl. When you said I was your dream girl, our love was instant like a Polaroid. We developed feelings in a single night. You told me you love me, can't get enough of me. I told me you're kind of and you're bluffing. Ooh, I've been fighting my own demons, but you're giving me something to believe in. I'm a drinking potion boy, sinking to this love-filled ocean boy. Ooh, do you think I'm lovely? Oh, did you mean, did you really? Did you really mean it when you said I was yours? Did you mean it?
Thank you. Just want to say a couple more things. So that song is what prompted my dream girl journey. It was written from a place of love, and it was recorded after the breakup, where I was forced to look at the lyrics and realize that so much of my life was asking people for validation. Did you really mean it when you said I was your dream girl? And that was a hard place for me to be. And I just encourage everybody to learn how to validate yourself, because your thoughts and your wants and your dreams and your aspirations and the gut feeling that you have is most likely correct in the path that you're supposed to be on. And if you're feeling anxiety of any kind, it means that you're far from the path that you were put here for. So I just want to encourage you to really look deeply and trust yourself and love yourself. Thank you, guys.